Yo, what's on guys, and welcome back to our 1 month update on the 7-litre aquarium. Today we're going to be jumping into some maintenance, so let's go ahead and start with cleaning the glass. So go ahead and start this off. I'm going to go use a magnetic scraper to start cleaning off all the sides of the glass. Next up, I use a toothbrush to go ahead and scrape off some of that detritus from the rocks, and also check out how much this rakia has grown in just this short amount of time. Like, it's pretty crazy, like it's well over doubled its size. I also go ahead and try and heat up some of the bigger bushes that have kind of just like caught a lot of detritus and stuff in them, so I'll go ahead and shake off as much as I can in that as well. Next up, it's time to go hit the wood at the top. And as you guys can see, there is a ton of debris floating around the water, so we're going to go ahead and siphon out as much of it as we can. As you guys can see in here, we have a fair bit of like muck and stuff. Like, there's some sand down the bottom obviously, which makes it look a lot worse than what it is, but yeah, there's lots of like diatoms and, you know, a few floating plants and stuff in here that I'm pretty glad we got out. So as you can see up in here, it is now looking a little better. To you guys it probably looks really good. To me, I can still see a few floating bits, but once we put the filter back on, it should be all good. I did also go ahead and just mix up the sand. I don't know if you guys would have seen that or not, so just got the tweezers and just kind of spun them around and just kind of bury the diatoms because they need the light to you know, function. So now obviously all we got to do is top up the water. It's not too much. We'll say probably like a 20% water change on that there, so it's nothing too bad. Just come along, give me a little tap on the glass. Nothing too crazy, just let him know that the food is coming, and let's go ahead and crush it up for him up on top there. Now that was probably a little bit more than I normally do, but that's all right. So I normally feed him like every second day. He seems to be doing fine with that. Sometimes I have noticed him getting a little bit bloated. He kind of like swells and puffs up underneath his chin area. So I just kind of make sure, like, you know, I just watch his feeding and stuff. I might try and get a different source of food as well, just so it's not always that flake food, and see how he goes with all that kind of stuff as well. But I also do have a bristlenose pleco in there. Fine. Also, that is the food that I use, Multra Max. This is what they fed him at the store, so I just thought I'd go ahead and keep the same thing. And then I do have these pleco wafers and stuff like that. You know, I do is simply just snap it in half. If you guys can see, there we go. So it's just half of one, and while he's eating, because he gets very protective over his area and stuff like that, so I go ahead and just plop it down the back there, and it normally sinks and settles down the back somewhere. There we go, and typically it will settle up down the back side of the tank there, and the pleco goes ahead and munches on that overnight. And then let's go ahead and remove whatever's not there, but typically that half size seems to be pretty good for him. And you know, he's cruising along as well. But we will also do a water change on this one over here, but I think for now I'll just let the beta just keep eating, and yeah, I'll come back when he's all done, and we can clean out this little tank. So this tank here, it's more of the same kind of situation, but this one here requires a lot less maintenance, just because that pleco does a lot of the algae cleaning in this tank. So all I really kind of do is pick up any of the excess mess on the bottom of the tank there. So now that we go ahead and done that, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab in some fresh water and tip it back in. Okay, so obviously I just went ahead and made sure the water temperature is all matching as I filled this one here up. Hopefully you guys can still see this. And again, I'm just using my hand there to stop any of that big flow hitting the bottom of the substrate and kind of making a big indent in the mess and everything like that. So let's go ahead and pour the rest of this in. I've been trying to like just kind of get him used to me and everything. I've had him for quite a while now and everything like that, so he's slowly getting there, which is awesome to see. But let's go ahead and pop the lid back on. There we go, he should be all nice and happy again. So there we have it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little kind of update video and seen all the progress that we've had in our tank so far. Hopefully next episode, as I said, that will hopefully have the fish here. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing that, don't forget that like button and subscribe with the notification bell so you don't miss popping those guys into the tank. And yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Later.